WWE a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago, released officially what they're calling their NIL deal. So, Will, this should sound familiar to you because this NIL
It
stands
doesn't.
for name, image, and likeness. And obviously, the first
Uh,
NIL deal that was done with WWE is when they signed Gable Stevenson. Now, WWE and their marketing genius has created their own sort of NIL deal, which they call Next in Line. So, here is the official press release from WWE. So WWE announced the launch of a groundbreaking name, image, and likeness program that will provide a clear pathway from collegiate athletics to WWE. Following a historic new policy by the NCAA effective July 1st, 2021, which ushered in the NIL era, allowing college athletes the ability to monetize their name, image, and likeness, WWE has constructed a comprehensive program to recruit and develop potential future superstars dubbed Next in Line. The NIL program aims to enhance the talent development process through collaborative partnerships with college athletes from diverse athletic backgrounds. The WWE NIL program has the potential to be transformational to our business, said Triple H. By creating partnerships with elite athletes at all levels across a wide variety of college sports, we will dramatically expand our pool of talent and create a system that readies NCAA competitors for WWE once their collegiate careers come to a close. All athlete partnerships will feature access to a WWE Performance Center, in addition to resources across the organization, including brand building, media training, communications, live event promotion, creative writing, and community relations. Upon completion of the NIL program, select athletes may earn an exclusive opportunity to be offered a WWE contract. The inaugural NIL Next in Line class includes athletes from 13 universities, 7 NCAA conferences, and 4 sports. In addition to the United States, the class includes representation from a myriad of countries, spanning from Canada, there you go, Mr. Fritz, and Nigeria. The following athletes joined the
oh my
the
God.
following 15 athletes joined the Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson in WWE's first of its kind NIL program, and they are, as you guys will see right now on the board, most notably these twin sisters Hannah Cavender, as well as Haley Cavender, basketball players from Fresno State. They may be best known because they have a massive social media following. The twin sisters play basketball at Fresno State and have 3.8 million followers on TikTok. They also became among the first college athletes to sign NIL deals when they signed with Boost Mobile. All the people on this NIL class include Isaiah something with an O, Alabama track and field. Don't worry, folks, he plays the field. Jonathan Cron from Portland's football team. You have John Seaton from Elon's football team. I almost went to Elon, actually. Dalton Wagner from Arkansas's football team. You also have Aaliyah Hutchins, Wake Forest track and field. You have Riley White from Alabama's track and field. You have Lexi Gordon from Duke basketball women's team. You have Masai Russell from Kentucky's track and field. You also have Mason Parrish from Michigan wrestling. Then we have Joe Spivak from Northwestern football. We went to a Northwestern game, didn't we, Will?
Yes, we
AJ
did.
Ferrari from Oklahoma State wrestling. And Carlos Avias from Ohio State track and field. And so that is the entire first ever WWE NIL or Next in Line inaugural class. And before you go off, Will, on NXT, I do want to make it clear for everybody this is why WWE released a crap ton of people. If you look at all the releases from WWE, they've released close to 100 talent this year alone. And they still have a crap ton of talent here. Um,
In AEW, it's like, we're looking for you, Lana.
But this is WWE's new pathway to creating new superstars. The crazy thing about the marketing,
Dude, this isn't a new pathway. This is back
this
to
is,
the
but this is
roots.
back to the
Like,
roots. So this is the way that they're going to do it.
where did Brock Lesnar come from? Where did John Cena come from? Where did
Where did
Batista come
Kurt
from?
Angle
Where did
come
Kurt
from?
Angle come from?
Roman
Where did
Reigns,
where did Roman come from? Okay,
Baron
the family.
Corbin,
Right, like where did all of these guys come from? Not the fucking
Yeah,
indies. Where's all the most successful WWE talent come
they
from?
made them.
college.
Yes,
Athletes.
athletes. And this is what they're going to do. They're going back to their roots. And yes, we love to see our indie talents in WWE, but for a lot of reasons that we can't really name, we can't really spend so much time here on the show, it doesn't always work. But if you're able to mold somebody from the jump, you usually have a lot better success rate. And this is what they're doing. In regards to NXT, I was reading something about HBK. I was reading HBK on he was on somebody's show, and he was talking about ever since Hunter went down with his quote unquote heart condition, HBK's been running NXT. What we're seeing is it's Shawn Michaels NXT at the moment. He is covering for Triple H until Triple H gets back. And in regards to the report that came out that's saying, like, you know, Vince and Pritchard have more of control of what happens, is that what HBK said is that Vince told me what his vision is, and I'm just trying to execute his vision. That's all Vince has over on NXT. Vince says, I want this to happen.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Vince's vision. This is I don't know, but this has Vince and Nick Khan written all the fuck.
I like the idea of the NIL deal. I think they're taking advantage of the system right now.
For sure. Because it sounds like they're like, hey, college athletes, we're going to give you the best deal you could possibly think of. We're going to give you an internship with future employment. We're going to teach you how to do things, and we're pretty much going to make you a college major.
Yeah, we're going to make you marketable without us.
They're making WWE Superstar a college major and an internship all wrapped into one.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we'll see how it's... Obviously, there's some standouts, obviously, the twins, the wrestlers, AJ Ferrari, as well as the other wrestler, Mason Parker, I think, from Michigan, who, if you look at the clash, you're like, okay, I can see him in WWE. I can see them in WWE. Lexi Gordon, just on looks alone, I was like, oh, yeah, you're tailor-made for them.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do, but I think this is the reason why they decided, one of the reasons why they decided to scrap this and go back to the roots, because it works.
Yeah, but this is like the year 2000. Would have been John Cena. Would have been Mark Henry. Would have been
Batista, Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin.
Would have been Randy Orton. Yeah, would have been Shelton. It would have been literally all those people in one class.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. 100%. No, the future for WWE is going to be phenomenal. 100%. Just right now.
Yeah, you just gotta wait through it a little bit right now. You gotta wade through the waters a little bit. Kay, what are your thoughts on that?
Although, Ricky, not gonna lie, you can have all this talent. The creative sucks. It don't even matter.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very true. Sometimes it's like the creative can suck, and sometimes you just got to make it work, and sometimes you got to, like, it's weird. It's hard to explain because I'm not a WWE superstar, but I will say listen to the early episodes of a New Day podcast where they talk about the creative process and how it can be a pain in the ass, but eventually it's really this push and pull. That's what you really have to do.
Or even right now, when the creative isn't terrible, WWE has a stink on it where it's just ugh.
Yeah.
Like, even if it is good,
it's gonna have a stink of it. Oh, it's from creative.
It has a stink on it.
You know,
it has a stink on it.
It's one of those things where you kind of have to, you just got to fight through it, and eventually you find what it is. Because the creative process is weird. And when I say the creative process, I don't mean just with wrestling. I mean just in anything that you're trying to create with in collaboration with anybody. You know, even with a creative process, with me getting tattoos, sometimes it's a bit of a push and a pull with, like, the artist or whomever, because you might have a vision and they might have a different vision, and somehow, some way, you guys have to come to some sort of consensus, and that takes time. It takes a lot of trial and error. And luckily, if you're going to sign these athletes at such a young age, this could be very beneficial to them because they'll learn the process of going through that. Because I feel like there was a lot of indie talent that WWE had signed, but didn't really know about the creative process. Where they felt like, oh, I'm just going to go in and do this. And WWE was like, no.
And they have a lot of bad habits. That's very hard to break. That's a big thing you hear. That's what happened with Keith Lee. They had bad in WWE's mind, he had bad habits.
And he couldn't break them.
I mean, granted, I think Keith Lee was right, but that's because I'm a fan and not a business of WWE.
Yeah, and with these kids from the ground up, you can create good habits out of them because they're moldable.
Yeah. Yes.
They are absolutely moldable. And some people just need an ass whooping like Randy Orton from time to time.
All right, kid, your gimmick is you're a chain smoker. Belt is habit.
Smoke up, Johnny.
Good, but Carson, here, smoke up, Johnny.
So yeah, definitely people to look to. Obviously, the Cabinet Twins, as Mr. Fred said, probably going to be the next Bella Twins, so they actually look like fucking twins. So we'll see what happens. Okay, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's interesting. Like, I don't know. I'm like not really that invested in WWE, so I'm just like indifferent.
Fair enough, fair enough. I just thought it was a good talking point because this is the first of its kind. I mean, we could be talking about this thing as being like a
It's
revolutionary
definitely
thing.
interesting. I don't see anything bad about
Yeah,
it.
all positives.
I love the business.
I love the
end of
business
it.
end of it too. I'm like, this is brilliant.
I wish I cared more.
Like I'm more
Honestly.
interested. Like it's interesting. When I first watched wrestling, I was more interested in like the matches, and it eventually got to the promos and the storylines. Then it was the behind the scenes stuff. Now at WWE, I just care about the business. I like the numbers. I like the metrics. I like what they're doing. Like the business model just fascinates me and how fucking smart and ahead of the
Yeah,
time they are.
it is wild. It's wild. We can talk about this ad nauseum. We'll probably do